Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Entrepreneur Empire. Today, we are here to talk about a very serious health issue, as well as to say thank you for all the love, the prayers, and the support with the GoFundMe. Today, I am interviewing my husband, and since February up until now, we would like for you all to hear his story. So welcome, Baron Scott. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Like what? Like what? I'm sorry.
Just your name, what you was doing up until this point.
So my name is Jay. Baron J. Scott, I prefer J. Bone. Originally from Oklahoma City. I'm 52. Married with a lovely family. And I'm a chemical operator and a gamer and some other stuff.
Okay. Let's start from the beginning. You started feeling tingling and a sensation in February of 2023?
Yeah. It was like a little small tingle in my chest, you know. Like nothing that was really aggravating or, serious to worry about, I thought anyway.
Okay.
I got bitten by a bug right there, so I figured that's what it was.
So when did you notice a change in the tingling, and was it happening every day, weekly?
I guess it started in May, I think, when I was it was starting to affect my work. And, that's when I started taking ibuprofens really heavy, because it was bothering me that bad.
Okay. Can you take us to the day that you fell out at work? And what was that day like before you got to the job?
I was working nights. And, I remember when I got up, I was feeling really lethargic. Like I could barely move. That's when I was having stomach cramps then from a different whatever this is. But I felt really bad. And I drove to work even though I shouldn't have, because I was really groggy. And I made it to work. And, got inside far enough to our break room, and the room started spinning, and I couldn't, not that I couldn't breathe, it's just I was hyperventilating, I think. And I had just taken my backpack off, and there was a cushion in front of me. I remember that, and I looked back because somebody else was in the control in the break room, and so I called out to him, "Hey, I need help." And I went down, and I don't know how long the attack or whatever it was lasted, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't control anything. My breath, my body clenching up, even the screaming and everything else. That wasn't me. That was just my body doing what it did. Like I said, I don't know how long it went on for a while, because the ambulance took a while to get there. I couldn't move at all. Couldn't control nothing. I could barely speak. And the ambulance, or no, the fire department came first. And they were able to get me sitting upright and taking my pressure and testing my sugar and all that stuff. I was slowly able to speak. I think I was able to tell them your name in my phone, because I think they called you right before the ambulance or the fire truck got there. But, so anyway, I don't know, it was scary. I thought I was dying, really, because I had never been through nothing like that. And I don't know, I ended up hospitalized for about a week. That's when they found the ulcer and gastritis. So I got treated for that.
Okay, let's talk about that, because there have been a lot of emergency room visits over the course of this time. What has that experience been like for you?
It's the same every time. I have one of those attacks. The first few times they, did blood work and CAT scans. They all came up negative because they were, I don't even know how to describe it really. I guess it's just normal what happens in the emergency room, but the tests kept coming up negative. So nothing was wrong with me, no matter how much pain I was in or what I was describing. It wasn't showing up on their tests. So. Within an hour or two, I get sent back home. It's been so much now that when I go, I just tell them don't waste their time. They ain't gonna find nothing. And they listen to me now. They don't. Nothing I've been tested for is. It's been a few things, but it's not cancer. It's, I don't know. No, it's not a heart problem or a lung problem. It's. So the last thing that I can be tested for is nerve damage. And I was saying from the beginning, people weren't listening to me, that whatever this wasn't related to the issues in my stomach, because they thought when they cured the issues in my stomach that the chest pain had gone away. They didn't know it until I fell out again, the second time I fell out. And my primary doctor or care, he was adamant and convinced that it was diabetic neuropathy. So he just prescribed every kind of diabetic medicine he could prescribe, but didn't address the pain I was in, or that it might be something else. He didn't he just knew he was right. Mm-hmm. So I had to fall out a few more times before the emergency room referred me to other doctors. And when they started referring me to other doctors, then he started referring me to other doctors. But all the doctors they sent me to, none of them really did any testing, but the first one, the GI doctor, who did, he cleared me of colon cancer, and the issues I had in my stomach, all that was cleared. Everybody else they sent me to, they didn't run any tests, or they just gave me a crazy diagnosis and sent me home. Even two of the doctors, I fell out in their office. And I think they both panicked and didn't want me in their office anymore and just shot me some bullshit. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And
this is your story.
Sent me home. One doctor said that my rib cage had hardened from too much calcium, and prescribed arthritis medicine to rub on my chest and clear it up. And of course that was some bullshit. The heart doctor, he knew already it wasn't a heart issue. And he's the first one that really said, whatever this is, it's not in your organs. It's in the surface of your chest, which is most likely nerves. You need to see a nerve doctor. And he told me to tell my primary care to get me referred, even though he made notes of it. So I think I fell out again. No, we called my primary to get the neurologist reference. And he didn't want to do it at first because he knew he was right about the diabetic neuropathy. But he did it anyway. Of course, I don't know what this was, October, I think. Sorry, in a little pain. So the neurologist he referred me couldn't see me until late next year. Well, not late, like February, which wasn't working for me because I had a return to work date of January 2nd. So I called my primary and just asked why he wasn't making sure that these references he was sending me to couldn't meet the time frame that he had set. He didn't care for that, I guess, or his office didn't care for that, but that's another story. In the meantime, I'm on short-term disability from my job. This means I get a check every week to help pay for bills and these doctor's appointments. Unbeknownst to me, I'd say maybe halfway through that term, they cut off the short term. It's supposed to be 3 months, so I got it for about a month and a half. So as I started to investigate it, I found out that they had indeed cut it off, that they thought that I had returned to work, even though nobody told them that I had returned to work. So now I'm in a financial bind because I've spent all my savings already the last few years from all the job layoffs I've been through. So I'm living check to check. So that began a whole nother fight. It took me another month and a half it took about a month before they admitted that they assumed that I'd gone back to work because they weren't getting doctor's records. And no one told me, because they didn't contact me when I first went on the disability like they were supposed to, tell me all my requirements. So because they weren't getting doctor's reports, they assumed I went back to work and they cut the service off. So that began the process of me having to collect all those records or contact all those doctors and have them fax in or fill out paperwork and fax in information to Sun Life to prove that I had not been back to work and I was constantly being hospitalized. It took so long for that issue to be approved that our bills had all gotten backed up. Only thing I had left was 1 month of rent in my bank account. I paid it. And began fighting when they agreed that they would pay me the money they owed me, but on the day they were supposed to pay me, no money came. Of course, I investigated. They had not approved it or changed their minds, and I had to go through that entire process again. It had gotten so bad and scary on the financial end that we had to do the GoFundMe, and I had to beg people for money, which I've never had to do in my life. On the other side, all these doctors are sending back negative results and giving me all these prognoses or whatever. My primary care isn't following anything up with them. He doesn't know none of the stuff these other doctors have said to me. He's just forcing drug after drug after drug for my stomach, which had been fixed and cleared already. But he didn't know that because he didn't follow up with the gastrologist. Me and him are getting into it now because I'm telling him that the medicine he's prescribing, I'm having a reaction to it. It's making my pain worse. And it was so bad, I couldn't hold a controller to play a video game, hold my phone. Most days I couldn't sit up straight, like I'm sitting now. This is how I spent most of my day. Like this, crying, staring at my feet. I couldn't sleep. I haven't slept in my bed in maybe 2 months or more because I can't lay horizontal because the pain is, I can't adjust to not feel pain. So I can only sleep at an incline. So I'm in this chair all the time. But anyway, he's fighting me. I had to fight him to get him to call another neurologist to get a better appointment, which was supposed to be the 1st of December. So, in the midst of this fight, because I haven't worked in 3 months, my work health insurance has ended, unbeknownst to me. So, I had enough coverage to go to a pain management doctor that another doctor recommended because I fell out in his office. My primary care wouldn't do it. I stopped taking the medicine, the diabetic medicine. And of course my pain eased up. Because no pain medicine that I could take, Tylenols, whatever, was helping me. And they had prescribed opioids, but in minimal amounts, and I didn't want to ask for any because I'm afraid of opioids. I'm afraid of drugs, period, really, which is why I don't like to take them. But anyway, he was upset because I stopped taking them. But he wouldn't listen as to why. He kept arguing with me about where my pain was. I would tell him the pain's in my chest. It's burning. It's tingling. If I do this, it tickles my ribs. It ain't supposed to do that. That's nerves or something else. No, it's your stomach. It's your stomach. It's your stomach. My stomach's fine. There's nothing wrong with my stomach. It's your stomach. How are you telling me where I'm feeling the pain at? Well, that's the kind of primary care doctor I had. My wife had called and asked him about a drug called gabapentin. He directly told my wife he don't need that and I'm not going to prescribe it. A week after that doctor told me that he no longer wanted me as a patient, we went to see the pain management doctor. He immediately prescribed the same drug my wife had asked my primary care about. That week, my pain had significantly lessened. Now I'm able to take the diabetic drugs. Everything but insulin, because that's a whole nother story. But anyway, but now I can't pay to go see the next doctor, the most important doctor, the neurologist, because I haven't received the money from the disability.
Let the people know what the symptoms are. That was going to be my next question.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't mean to go off. I apologize.
It's not your fault. Everything.
I don't know, but I'm in constant pain. It starts here. It's like there's a knot, but it's not a knot. It feels like there is, but there's not nothing there. But it's constantly like tingling or strong. Sometimes it's just all kinds of different pains. There's fire that runs up my arm and down my back. I can't really put it in one word or a few words of what kind of pain it is, because it's all any kind of pain you can feel in your chest except for like clenching, like what I guess what a heart attack would be. But any other kind of pain, it feels like this part of my chest in particular is rigid, and there's a weight on it. And I don't know. And it just hurts. And when it's really bad, like I said, I can't even sit like this. I don't know how the falling out is related to it.
Because you get hot and cold.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know what's causing that now, but I don't know if that's related to whatever this is. But yeah, if I get too hot and the pain gets out of control and my head spins and I have enough time to know that I need to brace myself. And once I just can't control it, that's it. But yeah, it's regulating my temperature is really hard. I can be hot in 5 minutes and have to shut everything off, and then 5 minutes later I'm freezing and have to start the whole process again. And there's just a little area in there where I'm in a good place where, you know, the pain is tolerable and I'm coherent.
Sorry. It's not. Stop saying sorry. let the audience know what you have been using with the GoFundMe.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to keep him on here long.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I did just want to thank everybody that helped us. Josh Lassiter and all my people at Prayon, Jerome, and Stu Corvus, and David, and everybody from my clan, Only, and Cat, Star Child, and of course my homies, my UDC homies. Everybody that Jay Burton, everybody, Top Dog, and everybody that's been taking care of us. And I'm sorry, I just we've been able to pay our bills and buy a little groceries, at least for the last month. And I don't know what's gonna happen though, but thank y'all for what y'all done, and I really appreciate it. I'm sorry.
It's okay, baby. Thank you, everyone. If you any doctors, nurses, anyone out there, please listen to this. Leave a comment, message us. We would love to hear your thoughts. Thank everybody for watching. Thank you all for your prayers, your concerns, and your support.